The point of no return doesn't come when you make a decision. It comes at the moment when you stop looking back and asking yourself, what if I had done things differently? The reality is that looking back is equivalent to standing still, and standing still means slowly dying. Let's be honest. Every time you turn your head to look at your past, you're giving away precious seconds of your present. Seconds turn into minutes, minutes into hours, hours into days. And one day, you wake up with the realization that you've spent years trying to rewrite a history that can't be changed. We all make mistakes. I've made them. You've made them. Every person who has achieved something significant has left behind a trail of failures, setbacks, and missteps. But do you know the difference between those who achieve greatness and those who remain in the shadow of their own regrets? The first learn the lesson and move on. The second gets stuck in a loop of endless self-flagellation. Your past isn't an anchor that should drag you down. It's a map marking all the reefs and shallows you should avoid in the future. But a map is useless if you're not sailing forward. There's something fascinating about human psychology. We tend to idealize the past, or conversely, demonize it. We create alternative versions of events where everything would have turned out perfectly if only we had made a different choice. But these mental experiments are nothing more than illusions. You can't know how your life would have actually turned out if you had turned right instead of left. The truth is that most people live imprisoned by their past. They allow old grudges to define their present. They give power over themselves to people who left their lives long ago. They allow past failures to dictate what they're capable of today. This isn't living, it's slow suicide. Liberation comes the moment you accept a simple truth. What happened has already happened. You can't change it. You can only decide what meaning to give it. Every event in your life is neutral in itself. You are the one who gives it meaning. Think about it. Two people go through identical trials. One emerges broken, convinced the world is against them. The other emerges stronger, with an understanding of their capabilities and limitations. The difference isn't in what happened to them. The difference is in the story they tell themselves about what happened. What story are you telling yourself? Is it a story where you're a victim of circumstances, or a story where you're the protagonist overcoming challenges? A story full of regrets about the past, or a story full of anticipation for the future? Great leaders, visionaries, creators, revolutionaries, they all possess the ability to look forward with unwavering determination. Do you think they didn't have moments of doubt? Do you think they never woke up in the middle of the night wondering if they had chosen the right path? Of course they did. But they didn't allow these thoughts to seize the helm. Life is a constant forward motion. Stagnation equals death. In nature, nothing is static. Rivers flow, planets rotate, stars are born and die. Everything is in continuous motion. When you constantly look back, you contradict the fundamental law of the universe, the law of motion. I want you to realize a simple truth. Your past has already done everything it could do for you. It shaped you, it taught you, it brought you to this point. Now, its job is done. From here on, it's just you and the future you create with every decision, every action, every thought. We live in an era of unprecedented possibilities. Never before in human history has a person had such freedom of self-determination. We can reinvent ourselves again and again. We can learn new things at any age. We can start over from scratch as many times as needed, but this requires one critically important condition: the ability to let go of the past. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting. Letting go means denying it power over your present. You can remember mistakes, but not allow them to define your self-worth. You can remember hurts, but not allow them to poison your current relationships. You can remember failures, but not allow them to limit your future ambitions. Psychologists talk about a phenomenon called negative bias. Our brain is wired so that negative memories tend to outweigh positive ones. One criticism can cancel out 10 praises. One failure can overshadow many successes. This evolutionary legacy, once helping us survive, has now become an obstacle to living a full life. Awareness of this fact is the first step toward liberation. You must consciously reprogram your mind to balance negative memories with positive ones. To see not only mistakes, but also lessons. Not only losses, but also gains. Not only closed doors, but also opening opportunities. There's an exercise I offer to my mentees. Write a list of everything you consider your biggest mistakes, failures, disappointments. Now, next to each item, write what it taught you, what strengths it developed in you, what opportunities it opened up for you. You'll be surprised to discover that many of your current strengths were born precisely from those moments you considered your failures. Life isn't a straight line from point A to point B. It's a winding path, full of unexpected turns, ups and downs. And every turn, every descent, every obstacle has its purpose, to make you who you are meant to become. Imagine a sculptor working on a marble statue. He chips away everything unnecessary to free the form that already exists within the stone. Your trials, your mistakes, your failures. These are the chisel in the sculptor's hand, cutting away everything that isn't your true essence. But there's a difference between learning from the past and living in it. Learning from the past means extracting lessons and applying them in the present. Living in the past means allowing it to determine your current decisions, limit your current possibilities, cloud your current vision. We all know people stuck in the past. The person who can't build new relationships because they're still experiencing a divorce that happened 10 years ago. The professional who's afraid to take on a new project because they failed in a similar endeavor in the past. The friend who can't forgive themselves for a decision made in completely different circumstances with a completely different level of experience and knowledge. These people are like drivers trying to drive a car while looking exclusively in the rearview mirror. No wonder they keep crashing into obstacles or veering off the road. The rearview mirror is necessary, but it should occupy only a small portion of your attention. The main focus should be forward, to where you're going, not where you've come from. Focus is what determines the quality of our lives. What you direct your attention to grows. If you focus on past mistakes, they grow in your mind to gigantic proportions. If you focus on future possibilities, they begin to materialize in your reality. This isn't esoteric, it's psychology. Our subconscious constantly seeks evidence for what we believe. If you believe your past mistakes define your future, you'll find confirmation of this at every step. If you believe every experience brings you closer to success, you'll see opportunities where others see obstacles. Take responsibility for your focus. Decide consciously what to direct your attention to. This is one of the few things completely within your power. You can't control everything that happens around you, but you can always control where your gaze is directed, backward or forward. When you stop looking back, amazing things happen. You begin to notice opportunities that have always been in front of you but remained invisible, obscured by the shadow of the past. You begin to make decisions based on what you truly want to create, not on what you're trying to avoid. You begin to act from a state of strength, not a state of fear. And most importantly, you begin to live in the present. Not in fantasies about a past that could have been different, not in anxieties about a future that hasn't yet arrived, but in the only point where life truly happens, here and now. The present is all we have. The past exists only in our memories, the future only in our expectations. Only what is happening now is real. And the quality of this now determines the quality of your entire life. When you stop looking back, you gain power over your present. You begin to make conscious decisions based on who you want to become, not on who you were. You begin to build a future free from the limitations of the past. This doesn't mean the path will be easy. The habit of looking back is deeply rooted in our psyche. You will periodically catch yourself replaying old scenarios in your head, having internal dialogues with people from the past, reliving old emotions. This is normal. Just be aware of these moments and gently return yourself to the present. Over time, these episodes will become less frequent and shorter. Your mind will learn a new habit, the habit of living in the present, the habit of looking forward with optimism and determination. There's a story about two wolves living inside each of us. One wolf embodies fear, regret, resentment, guilt, everything that pulls us back. The other wolf symbolizes hope, faith, determination, joy, everything that moves us forward. Which wolf will win? The one you feed. Every time you immerse yourself in the depths of regret about the past, you feed the first wolf. Every time you make a choice in favor of the future you want to create, you feed the second one. Start small. Today, throughout the day, each time you catch yourself thinking about the past, ask yourself, do these thoughts serve me? Are they bringing me closer to who I want to become? Or are they taking me further away? And if the answer is negative, consciously switch your focus to something that truly matters here and now. Gradually, this practice will become second nature. You'll learn to live in a state of constant awareness, tracking where your thoughts are directed and correcting their course when necessary. This requires discipline, yes. It takes effort, certainly. But the alternative is to spend your entire life in the shadow of your own past, never realizing your true potential, never knowing what you're really capable of. The choice is yours. You can continue to look back, allowing the past to define your present and future, or you can decide here and now that from this moment on, you look only forward. This decision isn't made once. You will make it again and again, every day, every hour, every minute, until it becomes part of you, until it begins to define your every action, your every thought, your every choice. And when that happens, you'll discover that the life you dreamed of no longer seems so unattainable, that goals that seemed impossible gradually become reality. That the person you wanted to become gradually emerges in the mirror when you look at your reflection. Don't look back. There is nothing there that could change your present or future. Look forward. There is everything you dream of, everything you deserve, everything you are capable of creating. The journey begins with the first step, and that step is the decision to no longer be a prisoner of your past, the decision to be the architect of your future, the decision to be the captain of your destiny. Do you make that decision today? Are you ready to let go of the burden of the past and move forward with ease and determination? Are you ready to become who you were born to be? I know the answer. I see it in your eyes. I feel it in your energy. You are ready. You have always been ready. You just needed a reminder. So no more looking back, only forward, only toward the greatness that awaits you, only toward the life you deserve. This is your time. This is your moment. This is your life. Don't look back, look forward and move.